This dramatized story opens with a moment so unexpected that it stops the entire world in its tracks, as Buckingham Palace issues a somber announcement that feels as though it has been building quietly beneath the surface for months. King Charles and Prince William step forward together, something that rarely happens and only in moments of deep gravity, to reveal emotional news about Princess Catherine's declining health in this fictional narrative. Their faces reflect the strain of a family pushed to its limits, and their voices, often controlled and reserved, carry a weight that signals everything is about to change. Almost instantly the nation reacts, gathering near royal residences with candles, handwritten notes, and whispered prayers, creating an atmosphere of collective concern and hope. News broadcasters interrupt regular programming, commentators rush to analyze every detail, and yet the palace provides no further explanation, offering only a plea for privacy. To understand how this fictional crisis reached such a profound turning point, we must go back to the moment when Catherine quietly stepped away from public life, a subtle shift that first raised questions. At the time, officials described her absence as simple recovery from a planned procedure, but as weeks turned into months with no appearances or reassuring updates, the silence grew increasingly unsettling. Prince William, who had long been consistent in his royal engagements, began cancelling events at the last minute, his public demeanor revealing exhaustion and emotional strain. Behind palace walls in this dramatized version, advisors whispered anxiously while paparazzi and reporters searched in vain for even a glimpse of Catherine. The questions became unavoidable. Something serious was unfolding, and it was no longer possible to dismiss it as routine recovery. Rumors swelled when a foreign journalist published a cryptic claim from an unnamed source suggesting that Catherine's condition was far more severe than the palace admitted. As pressure mounted, William found himself torn between duty and devotion, fighting to protect his wife while simultaneously pushing against a palace culture built on secrecy and image management. In this fictional portrayal, his breaking point came when senior advisors attempted to control the narrative further, prompting him to confront them about the emotional toll of withholding the truth. The tension escalated until he sent a message to King Charles pleading for transparency, declaring that Catherine deserved more than silence. The turning moment arrived unexpectedly when King Charles visited Catherine privately in this dramatized account. The visit left him visibly shaken, and he emerged determined to end the secrecy. The monarch, usually guided by tradition and diplomatic restraint, suddenly shifted course, insisting that the truth could no longer remain hidden. For the first time in weeks, he and William stood united, working side by side to prepare a statement that would finally break the silence. But before the palace could release it, Catherine made a decision that would alter everything. She recorded a simple, unembellished video in which she spoke directly to the public, thanking them for their kindness and revealing that her surgery had uncovered cancer, requiring preventative treatment. Her voice trembled but remained steady enough to convey her sincerity, and her honesty struck the nation with a force that no official announcement could have matched. Social media ignited instantly, gathering millions of views within minutes as supporters from around the world sent messages of hope and solidarity. While the public embraced her vulnerability, the palace struggled to manage the emotional and logistical challenges of what might come next. Some advisors, concerned about continuity, quietly discussed who could step into Catherine's position if she were unable to return to her royal duties, while others strongly opposed any such talk, arguing that it would betray public trust. William refused to entertain the idea entirely, insisting that hope was still alive. Then, just when the uncertainty seemed overwhelming, another announcement came from Catherine herself. In a moment of unexpected relief, she shared that her treatment had brought her illness into remission, though she made it clear that the journey ahead remained unpredictable and that recovery would continue to require time, patience, and caution. The nation exhaled collectively. Even so, her return to public life came slowly and gently, each appearance revealing a woman forever changed by the emotional and physical battles she had faced. People noticed her increased fragility, but also a renewed resilience, an inner strength that resonated more deeply than any ceremonial display. Her story, within this fictional narrative, forced the monarchy to confront its own vulnerability. The institution began quietly rethinking long-standing protocols, recognizing that even those at the heart of royal life were human, subject to the same fears and uncertainties as anyone else. King Charles eventually addressed the nation with solemn sincerity, acknowledging that Catherine's courage had redefined the monarchy, shifting it from an institution built on unshakable tradition to one capable of empathy, transparency, and evolution. In private moments, her children carried their mother's bravery with them, seen more clearly now not as symbols of royalty but as young souls shaped by witnessing strength through struggle. Catherine's experience became a turning point, not just for the royal family but for a nation that had watched her face unimaginable fear with honesty and grace. Her story served as a reminder that true resilience is not found in perfection, but in the quiet determination to keep moving forward even when the path is uncertain. This dramatized narrative concludes with gratitude for the audience's support and a gentle reminder to continue following the journey as it unfolds. Thank you for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next story.